There's a moment every man recognizes deep inside himself. The woman beside him hasn't left, but something has changed. She still texts you, "Good morning." She still shows up, but the spark, the energy you once felt so clearly, is no longer there. The warmth has been replaced by a quiet distance. And slowly a question begins to grow in your mind. What did I do wrong? You didn't betray her, you didn't lie, you didn't stop caring, you didn't stop loving her. You simply made a mistake that many good men make. You believed being liked was enough. You believed that kindness, support, and constant availability would naturally create loyalty. But the truth is harder than that. Women don't deeply attach to men they only like. They stay devoted to men they truly respect. Attraction might open the door, but respect is what keeps her there. So let's look at the real signs of respect. Not what people say, but what actually shows up in behavior. Because there is a big difference between being the man who comforts her and the man who guides her. Here are the signs that she sees you as someone she truly respects. The first sign appears in how she listens. The first sign is simple but powerful. She listens and she adjusts. When a woman truly respects a man, she doesn't just hear his words, she absorbs them. Her attention changes, her body language softens, her tone becomes calmer. She is not preparing her response while you speak. She is actually receiving what you are saying. You can feel the difference immediately. In conversations, there is no tension, no competition to dominate the moment. Instead, there is focus. Her attention becomes steady and present, not out of fear, but out of regard. Because when respect is present, your words carry weight. They don't collide with resistance, they guide direction. The second sign is revealed in how she speaks. The second sign is how she speaks, to you and about you. Respect always shows up in language, not just in what she says, but in the tone behind it. When a woman respects you, there is care in how she communicates. Even when she is playful, there is a natural boundary she doesn't cross. She doesn't use sarcasm to cut you down. She doesn't joke in ways that quietly reduce your value. She doesn't speak to you with hidden contempt disguised as humor. Instead, her words carry consideration. Her tone shows awareness. She treats your presence as something meaningful, not something casual she can push against just to test reactions. And this doesn't come from fear. It comes from recognition. She senses your stability, and she responds to it. The third sign shows up when differences happen. The third sign appears when correction happens, when something needs to change. Every relationship has moments where one person expresses discomfort, a boundary, or a concern. The difference is how she responds when you calmly communicate what doesn't work for you. When respect is present, adjustment happens without emotional chaos. There is no dramatic resistance, no eye-rolling, no attempts to turn the situation into guilt or conflict. Instead, there is willingness to understand and to rebalance. Because respect doesn't only exist in pleasant moments, it shows itself most clearly when change is required. A woman who respects you doesn't fight for dominance in every disagreement. She responds to grounded leadership with cooperation, not submission through pressure, but alignment through trust. The fourth sign becomes visible even when you're not around. The fourth sign shows up when you're not even there. Pay attention to how she speaks about you when you're absent. Respect doesn't disappear when you leave the room. It becomes even more visible. When a woman truly respects you, she represents you with pride. She speaks of you with appreciation. She refers to your ideas positively. She defends your character if others question it. Your name carries weight in her conversations. She doesn't hide the connection. She doesn't minimize it. She doesn't act uncertain about being with you. Because when respect is real, association feels meaningful. She sees value in standing beside you, not just privately, but publicly. The fifth sign appears when decisions need to be made. The fifth sign appears when important decisions arise. When a woman truly respects a man, she values his perspective. She wants to know how he sees things. Not because she is incapable of deciding for herself, but because she trusts his judgment. Before reacting emotionally, before making major moves, she pauses and asks what you think. She seeks clarity from your viewpoint. This is not about control, it's about confidence in your stability. She recognizes that you see situations with grounding and balance, and that perspective matters to her. Attraction makes someone want your attention, but respect makes them want your direction. And the sixth sign is the most revealing of all. The sixth sign is peace. When a woman truly respects you, the games disappear. The constant testing fades. The emotional push-pull settles down. The unnecessary drama slowly dissolves. Her energy becomes softer, calmer, more nurturing, not because she is pretending, but because she feels safe enough to relax. She no longer feels the need to challenge everything or create tension to measure your strength. Peace replaces pressure, and that is the clearest signal of all, because when respect is real, interaction becomes easier, not heavier. There is less resistance, less confusion, less emotional noise. She doesn't try to destabilize you. She aligns with you, and this reveals the deeper truth. Attraction may bring someone into your life, but respect is what keeps them there. When respect exists, everything shifts: tone, behavior, energy, connection. Without respect, interest fades slowly, even if affection remains. So the real question is never just, does she like me? The real question is, does she respect who I am? Because someone can enjoy your presence, but only respect creates lasting devotion. And when respect is there, you don't need to force connection. It becomes natural, steady, clear. That is the difference between being temporary comfort and becoming someone she truly values. And that is what changes everything.